slithering. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
All right, welcome to part 2 on the Scamborghini build. This is part 3?
You entitled your last video part 2.
Well, technically, oh, that's true.
Technically said that it was part 1, but you
You're
labeled
right.
it part
I verbally
2.
said. Welcome to part number 3 of the Scamborghini build. Today, our goal is to get those Lambo doors installed and potentially also getting big old vents like made. I'm gonna go pick up some metal with Lord Kurt tomorrow, and I may be able to fabricate some awesome looking vents on the side of this thing, make it the supercar that it is meant to be. Okay, well, let's get straight to work. I really hope these Lambo doors fit. They're huge. But let's take a second out first to thank today's video sponsor, ExpressVPN. So first of all, what is a VPN? It is a virtual private network. It's basically a safe tunnel to the internet. ExpressVPN protects you from hackers who try to steal your private information. Every time you connect to an unencrypted Wi-Fi network at airports, hotels, coffee shops, you are at risk. As a YouTuber, I use ExpressVPN to keep my information safe. You guys remember, I actually did get hacked before I was using a VPN and I lost everything. And the sad part is it's not that hard to steal information if you're on a public Wi-Fi network. ExpressVPN protects you from those people who are trying to steal your information. Even your internet service provider can see everything that you do. They sell your information, they can even track you. ExpressVPN puts a stop to that by encrypting all your data and rerouting your network data through their secure servers. ExpressVPN also gives you unrestricted access to all parts of the internet. Think of a YouTube video you weren't able to watch, a website you couldn't visit, a sports match you weren't able to stream. ExpressVPN allows you to reroute your connection to a server in a country of your choice, making geo restrictions a thing of the past. With servers in 94 different countries, you have a wide variety of places you can choose to appear from. So what makes ExpressVPN the best VPN? ExpressVPN has the fastest speeds, 24/7 customer support. It is the easiest one to use. You just push a button and you're connected. They have trusted server technology and they are top-rated VPN provider. So find out how you can get 3 months free of ExpressVPN by clicking the link below, expressvpn.com/theinja. So thank you ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, but let's get back to it. I don't know how to install these. All I know is you put these inside the doors against that wall, and then the hinges kind of stick out right here so you can bolt door to it. I'll show you guys, I'm just gonna get these installed, screw it. All right, I got the door off. This has been a project, my goodness. Those Lambo doors are huge, and this is very small. So I have to put a plate in there, and normally you have to do this on cars when you're, especially a universal Lambo door kit, you have to weld a plate in there for it to sit on. This is my first time doing it, so I'm definitely not a pro, so I'm kind of figuring it out on this one. The other side will definitely be a lot easier, but this one I'm kind of figuring out how to, what to cut, where to cut, how to cut it. I'm also trying out the 110 volt welder. I'm definitely not a professional welder, but it looks like it's gonna turn out fine. So that's next up. I actually kind of dig how it looks with outdoors. That's actually pretty crazy. Yeah, so it's coming along. It's getting dark outside now, and man, this has been a project. I also just got the delivery of something very special. I'll definitely show you guys this in just a bit, but let's finish up the Lambo doors. I gotta get this done tonight. I legitimately have to get this done tonight. So we just gotta get to it. It's like 3 a.m. right now. This has been quite the experience, to say the least. Okay, so I think I got it right. I'm gonna untape the door now, have it tacked in, but there's like no space to work with, so the welds are pretty iffy. But I'm gonna see if I can open the door and finish the welds. This is a universal Lambo door kit. It's a weld Lambo door kit. It's like not a bolt-on, you have to weld it onto the actual car. So I just wanna document this in case the door falls off. This has not been the most fun project, but I didn't know how to do it, so that's what took the most time. The passenger door, now that I know how to do this, is gonna be a lot faster, but dang, man. All right, it's the next day. Last night was a very long night. I did get the hinge fully welded in on both front and back. There was actually a pin. I was wondering how to weld this thing, and there was a pin that I could just pull out. So I got it all welded in last night, and so now it is time to put it back on the car and hope it all lines up. And then I have to install one of the struts. They include 4, 2 for each hinge. I'm not sure if one's gonna be enough. There's not a whole lot of room in there to mount it, and there's no structural pieces in here to mount it. It's just a lot of work to get, especially all the panel gaps and everything, to get this perfect. So as long as things line up fine, and I don't have to cut all of it off because it is misaligned by like 1 centimeter, then I think I'm gonna be okay. I don't think I have to even extend the wiring harness. This is how much they had in the actual door. Because normally on Lambo doors, you have to extend the harness from the door because there's such a big gap. But it looks like, as long as I can find the other wires, wherever those are at. Yeah, I don't even think I have to extend these. That's legit. I wonder if the wiring harness. Yeah, it looks like it's good. Awesome. I have a running and driving golf cart with Lambo doors. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, I forgot these are Lambo doors. I just got out like it was a normal door. Just gotta get used to these bad boys. Alright, well, we finished the Lambo door project, and what a long project that was. It probably took me way too long, but in my defense, this is a golf cart, not a real car. And so there was like no space to work with, and so there was like tons of fabrication and modification I had to do just to make these things fit. I'll show you guys really quick, but this thing actually looks really cool now. Like, I just walked around that corner and I was like, whoa. A freaking golf cart with the wide body kit and Lambo doors. I can't wait to wrap this thing. It's gonna be amazing. But anyway, if you guys wanna come over here real quick, let me just show you the Lambo door installation on this golf cart. Now there's a lot of fabricating. This body is basically made up of only sheet metal. It's all just like, I think this is 18 gauge for the actual like frame, and then it's like 20 to 22 gauge sheet metal. Everywhere else. So there wasn't a whole lot of structural stuff to weld to, but it still is nice and strong. You guys can see it's nice and strong. So I had to cut a lot of this off and then weld my own plate and then weld this on and everything. And if you come around here like that, you can see that little bar I added. There was so much I had to add. There was no structural support right here for the strut, and the strut's pretty dang long. If it was a normal car, this would be no problem fitting this all in. And if I did a normal car after this project, it would probably take me like an hour. But you guys can see over here, I did try, I didn't know how strong these struts were. So I thought that I would just bolt it straight to here because this was the perfect mounting point for it. And I tried, I didn't know if it would work. The sheet metal seemed you know, strong-ish. I didn't know how strong these struts were. They take a lot of force to push in, and so it just started bending a little bit, so I just backed off and then scrapped that. But yeah, overall, it worked out. The wiring harness, I didn't even have to extend myself. There were just tons and tons of wire in the door. Thank you, Han Tony. Appreciate that. I really, very thoughtful of you guys. I did add the guide, so you can actually just, it kind of guides the door down itself, and then it like basically closes itself. It's like an automatic door. I'm kind of surprised that we actually got this kit, this universal Lambo door kit to work. This thing is huge. I know it might not look like it, but those things are big. And so it was definitely a learning process, but I think it was a good experience. We do have to do the passenger side still. This was, I mean, I spent all the time just figuring out this one. The passenger side will go a lot quicker, so next video, that'll be done. As far as body work goes, all this whole panel right here is just one panel, and so I had to cut it like this. There are no seams anywhere, else I would have just, you know, removed the spot welds and taken the whole panel off. But there were none of that, so I had to cut out a little hole. Because of that, I have to do body work, and I would have had to do this anyway because these, when the door is open, are too far out. You guys can see if you look down at this direction, you guys can see it kind of comes out from the body line, which would have been about right there. There's no way this would have fit back over it. So what I'm gonna do, I bought some sheet metal and everything with Lord Kurt yesterday, and so I'm just gonna make some nice vents for this car. It's gonna look fantastic, and then next time I'm gonna be making some, you know how Aventadors and Lamborghinis and stuff have like big old vents on the back? The Scamborghini is gonna have the same thing. This thing is a true supercar, so I definitely wanna give it the look of a true supercar. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. As far as the Lambo door installation goes, this is the coolest looking thing. I can't wait to have both doors just whoosh. And the strut actually worked well because I thought it was gonna go like super hard, but these kits actually come with 2 struts per hinge. And so only adding one was perfect. There is just enough effort. The interior of this car is gonna get completely redone. It's basically very minimal in there. It's just some really cheap materials. So I got some dang diamond stitch leather, like some synthetic leather look stuff. I'm gonna put this on the headliner, put it on the doors, and just any other trim. Now this is the wrap of the car, and I put a pole out there, and I was mildly disappointed because purple, I love the purple, but I love the gold too. I think this screams gold, but purple got like 54% of the pull. I think you guys are gonna like it. I think you guys are gonna like it. It's one of the 3 on the list on the poll. There's more coming. You guys just stay tuned. All right, well, I think I'm just gonna end it there. Big project. I'm glad it's done. I mean, it's not done because we have to do still the other side, which is not going to be fun, but I'm just going to knock it out. But more coming. I cannot wait. This project is getting wrapped up quick, and then we're back onto the CB for a little bit, and then we're moving on to a new project that you guys are going to be super excited about. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys next time. More than you can afford, pal. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Hilarious.